Another week, boys, and another twab. This week in Destiny, we are getting ready for our next dungeon race. Read on for all the information about Equilibrium's contest mode before it launches Saturday morning. We also have content creators fighting for their favorite syndicates in Renegades' lawless frontier. Hopefully next week, the Dawning event brings them together after their friendly exchanges of banter and bullets. All right, so Equilibrium Dungeon Race this weekend. The Dawning is almost here, refreshing the new player guide. New dungeon, new bunch of rewards. Cosplay Cosmodrome moves to the lawless frontier. Hunt down the system's most wanted and join creators in the Oath of Renegades. Okay, so the Equilibrium Dungeon Race begins Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, December 13th. Guardians will brave the Equilibrium Dungeons contest mode in a race to claim the world's first title. The fire team that wins gets this thing. Nice, nice, nice. Contest mode rewards. In addition to the dungeon's new loot, completing Equilibrium during contest mode offers special rewards. Defeat all encounters of the dungeon before the mode ends to claim the heirloom exotic weapon and Dredgen's Descent emblem. Let me just say, guys, we've played with this thing. We've also played with the exotic catalyst. It is one of the hardest hitting weapons in the game. It chunks, man. Hands down, is going to be worth the grind. And then this is the contest emblem. All right, how we feel? Emblem looks mid. I think it looks pretty good. Now, contest mode will last for 48 hours following the start of the dungeon race. As with previous races, to give our server some room to breathe, there will be no bounty or weapon leveling progress for combatant kills below boss tier within the Equilibrium dungeon while contest mode is enabled. Normal mode difficulty will go live once a world's first completion has been confirmed by the team. All right, tune in Dungeon Zone early for Twitch drops and more. Evan and CB Gray will be hosting Dungeon Zone live from Bungie HQ on their respective channels starting at 6 a.m. Pacific on December the 13th. The pre-show will feature interviews with Bungie developers, previous Dungeon Race winners, and more. Watch the official Dungeon Zone broadcast on Twitch for an hour between 9 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, December the 13th to 9 a.m. Pacific on Sunday, December the 14th to earn the Paranoia pink emblem as a Twitch drop, which I swear it looks just like. It's like got the same design as the Solo Flawless Vespers emblem. All right, and then for our French viewers, you can check out these folks as well. Contest mode entry requirements. Must own the Renegade expansion. Fireteam leader needs to have progressed their dungeon introductory pursuit titled The Way Between to at least step 2. The Equilibrium introductory pursuit is acquired from Honor in the Cantina of Darce's outpost after completing step 5 of the Renegades pursuit. A fire team of 3 players is needed to launch the activity. Fire team power will be disabled during contest mode, and players are recommended to have a minimum of 370 power level. Players below that will see their damage output reduce against the combatants and will receive increased damage from them. All right, a number of rules here that I'm not going to go through because we've only talked about them a million times. Yes, you do have to stream if you're going for worlds first. There is an overlay. Now, this list is going to grow larger all the way up until Saturday, and maybe even perhaps after reset after Saturday. So this is the disabled items list. To maintain the integrity of the race and its challenges, we will be disabling the following list of abilities and gear during contest mode. Artifact perks, anti-barrier sniper rifle, kinetic rupture. Pretty massive because kinetic rupture is very good. Abilities, Widow Silk aspect for hunters. Weapons, the Navigator exotic trace rifle catalyst, refurbished A499 sniper rifle, uncivil discourse hand cannon, and all volatile mods. Mods can still be slotted, but add no benefit in the dungeon. You might as well not use them. This is, yeah, it's pretty substantial. So this is by far, in my opinion, one of the strongest artifact mods we have. Uncivil discourse with Lucky Pants was doing tremendous amounts of damage. Volatile mods are obviously very, very good. Refurbished A499 had the ability to roll with backup mag as a drop, and it can hold 4 bullets. And you can imagine how good this would have been, refurbished A499, that particular roll with kinetic rupture. But again, I think this list is going to continue to grow over the next couple of days. Okay, so Notswap Clarification. With the dungeon race going live in just a few days, we like to clarify miscommunication on the functionality of Notswap. The update 9.5.0 patch notes from Tuesday, December the 2nd are accurate. Swapping ammo types does not trigger Notswap. The December 4th tweet has been updated to reflect this. PvE Notswap had its ammo type trigger removed, as well as its orb special heavy ammo penalties. The description has been updated to match current behavior, as well as mentioning changing armor stat mods as being a trigger. Bungie, this is confusing as fuck. So we can swap now, but it's very limited. Swapping ammo types does not trigger, but if you swap any stats, or if you swap to surges, that will trigger Notswap. Or not, no, that won't trigger Notswap, but you will lose your armor charges. For instance, you cannot carry armor charges into DPS unless something is depleting it actively. So weapon swap is on the table. Armor swap is not. Well, who? All right. Yeah. I still don't understand because it's still you swapping things. And Bungie, in one hand, you say you can't swap anything. But then on the other hand, you're like, wait, you can't swap some things. But then we're still going into loadouts and swapping things. Good players don't need to swap. Oh my God. Are you f***ing with me? Are you shitting with me right now? Here we go again. We will be able to swap weapons, but armor will need to stay locked. And then, of course, the big thing, one of the biggest things to me, because a lot of this I can work around, but one of the biggest things that's going to hit, at least my loadout, was I would often save armor charges going into damage phase and then swap to my surges so that I can have, you know, full-blown weapon buffs throughout the entire damage phase. Now I'm going to have to rock, who knows, maybe I'll have to rock a charged up mod, a double time dilation, things like that. All right, Praxic Blade crystal drop details. Early on during Renegades launch week, Eagle-Eye Guardians were quick to notice Equilibrium is home to an extra special prize, the Dark Matter Crystal Taken. When set in a Praxic Blade, this crystal creates a beam of brilliant dark light and has a low chance to drop on fully clearing all encounters in Equilibrium, in contest mode or normal mode. The encounters do not need to be cleared in a specific order as they are independently tracked. Progress resets weekly and on each full clear. This means players are not limited to one chance per class per week and instead will be able to clear Equilibrium repeatedly in their search for the crystal drop. This right here, boys. This is why the Red Saber Crystal has not dropped for us. Look, that's fine. I have accumulated RNG for the past week and a half for this very moment. Okay, so Dungeon Race stream overlays from Get Wrecked. Hallelujah. Let's go get wrecked. Dawning! It's almost that time of the year again, Guardians. Eve Levante is heating up the cookie oven, which means that the dawning is close. This iteration of the dawning starts on Tuesday, December the 16th, and will run until January the 6th, 2026. Ah, yes. Snowball Fights is here. Have you thought to yourself, gee, I wish I could throw snowballs at other Guardians? Ask yourself, no more. This year, we have a new Crucible Ops activity, Dawning Snowball Fight, where you can live out your fantasy of the most overpowered snowball fight of all time. No weapons, no abilities, just soft powder. And after a while, a snowball super to one-shot your cool-headed rivals. Okay. I gotta mess with it. All right. As in past years, snow will also be falling in several locations, allowing you to make and throw snowballs that slow, freeze, and shatter foes. The snowstorm modifier will be active in the portal activities to generate snowballs upon defeating combatants. All right, cookies are also back. Hell yes. Levante makes her return with the cookie cooking quest. Learn how to gather questionable edible ingredients, Vex Milk, acquire Essence of Dawning, and use her cookie oven to bake tantalizing treats for the stalwart heroes you know and love in the tower and beyond. Exchange the baked goods across the solar system for special the Dawning themed rewards. All right, so in addition to the 20 bakes you may know the recipes for already, we've added 2 new cookies and cookie recipients. Okay, so we got these are the new ones here. Dark Matter Drizzlers, Peanut Butter Paw Prints. Oh my God. Now, you might notice Lodi isn't on this cookie delivery list. Fret not. That's because you'll be posting real cookies for him during the dawning and trade for an emblem. More on this in next week's tweet. A lot of rewards to earn. As for rewards, the dawning is entering the event home for the first time. Much like we did for the Festival of the Lost and Solstice, there's a shader, a ship, emblem, ghost shell, and more waiting for you on the event's ranked track, as well as weapons, of course. Hallelujah. We've got Mistral Rift, an adaptive frame void linear fusion rifle, Permafrost, a waveframe stasis grenade launcher, and Fimbulwinter Stitch, precision frame arc sidearm. You'll get 1 guaranteed holofoil of each with a random perk from the event ranked track, and you can find more by earning Dawning Ingrams from the portal activities or trading in Dawning Spirit with Eva in the tower for a Dawning Ingram. All right, a new chapter for the new player guide. For some time now, we've wanted to refresh our new player guide to be a more comprehensive, always available resource for players who have just recently started playing Destiny 2. The first chapter of the refresh guide, Getting Started with Destiny 2, is now available as part of Bungie Help, and we'll be adding many more chapters covering gameplay basics and beyond over the next weeks. Additionally, our goal is to update it with every major release, so it's always up to date. Let us know what you think, share with your New Life friends, and help us make it the best possible guide for them. What are you talking about? That's it? This is a perfectly acceptable guide. How to install Destiny, making a Bungie.net account, picking your class, choosing your looks, and Destiny awaits. I would say in-game guides are better, but we can work with this, I suppose. I don't really know. Like, I mean, there's so many things you could do. You could do like, you know, I don't know what new players get hung up on the most other than the new light experience being boring. That to me is worse than not giving guidance. Okay. Boring. I just think that finding a way to have a tutorial part of a campaign experience is really the best way to do it. At least you make it interesting. All right. Equilibrium Dungeon Bungie rewards. The dungeon launches on Saturday, December 13th. And with it, Bungie rewards to unlock. Oh, yes. Jackets, baby. Let's go. Cosplay Cosmodrome moves to the lawless frontier. Last week, we introduced you to amazing cosplays of Drifter, Eris, Morn, Honor, and Premier Loom. This week, we have cosplayers showing off Dredge and Bell. Oh, Boss Relics and Zephyrus Autonomous Mind. And Enforcer Rao. Oh, nice. Now, hunt down the system's most wanted. If you wanted to know more about the big bad characters of Renegades and the Lost Frontier, look no further. We partner with 5 artists to create a suite of wanted posters featuring the most notorious characters in Renegades. Oh. Check out this blog post here to see all the posters and learn a bit more about the artists as well as the history and motivations of these outlaws. Are they all the same price? Oh, they're not. Okay. They're not. It's 700,000. There we go. 70,000. Gotcha. All right, join creators in the Oath of Renegades. Yes, you can pledge to different syndicates and do things. These are all the folks that are participating, and there is a website link that you can go and pledge to. I haven't tried it out, but there's actually a betray button. I'm pledged to Benny right now, but we're going to try the betray later. Supposedly, you can betray them. I don't know how that works. Are there no in-game rewards for this? What, you need to have in-game rewards to participate in a community event? Otherwise, what's the point? Role-playing, I guess. I don't know. You get to join a faction. What would the reward be? Hold on. If there was a reward, who would even get the reward? Totality Division is completely stacked. Like this side is so stacked. And obviously everyone is pledging to Totality Division. Like, let me just say, Totality Division has Behemoth. Of course, the entire community is going to pledge to this first. So they automatically win. But okay, so you give them a reward? What would it be? If you say it's an emblem. Well, now everybody in Tharsis and the Pikers are going to be bitching. They're going to be like, dude, what the fuck? This sucks. An in-game reward would be good. But y'all remember that one item we had where everyone bitched about when they couldn't get it? The helmets. You remember that? All right, so Vanguard alerts in Fireteam Finder. We are aware of an issue where some Vanguard alerts are not present in the Fireteam Finder. Players can get around this issue by clicking on the Vanguard alert activity, clicking the Find button underneath the player's emblem, and either searching and joining or creating a listing in the Fireteam Finder. Gotcha. Known issues. There's a lot of them. Not going to go through every one of these, boys. We got a lot of damage testing to do. But don't worry, they'll be addressed eventually. And as a final note, that's our penultimate TWID for 2025. 1 week into Renegades has seen Guardians joining Drifters' motley crew, equipping and customizing their Praxic blades and staking their fortunes in the lawless frontiers. This week has also introduces Vanguard alerts to the mix, a new feature bringing a set of activity playlists that grant great rewards. Be sure to dress warmly and with excellent fashion choices for the dawning next Tuesday, and we'll see you this Saturday for the start of the Equilibrium Dungeon Race, the Destiny 2 community team. All right, I will say Vanguard alerts has been pretty good. I enjoy it. It's difficult. Or at least the Grandmaster is difficult. I'm curious to see what the rollout of rewards are going to be as the season progresses. But it's fun.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.